Find the range of values of x for which the function f of x here is a decreasing function. Okay. Well, just like when we looked at when it's an increasing function, we're interested in the gradient of this function. Okay, so we're going to do dy dx. Okay, differentiate this. So dy dx, or if you remember, it can be written as f dash of x. Okay, if it's in terms of f of x there, f dash of x means the same as dy dx. So differentiate this, you get 3x squared plus 6x minus 9. Okay, now when the function is decreasing, okay, we can think about what's going on with the graph of it. And of course, the graph then would be, it'd be going downwards, wouldn't it? Because it's decreasing, it's going downwards. So therefore, dy dx, the gradient will be negative, won't it? Okay, so that's key there to the understanding here. Function is decreasing, the gradient is going to be negative. So therefore, 3x squared plus 6x minus 9 is less than 0. Okay, that's the bit of the curve that we're interested in, where the gradient is negative. So if we've got the gradient function here less than 0, we can solve this inequality then. And perhaps just before I solve it, I notice here there's a common factor of 3. So if I divide by 3, I get this, which is much nicer. Now, to show where this inequality is less than 0, okay, we look at this quadratic and first of all focus on where it's equal to 0. So let's look at the critical points. Okay, so x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Okay, and we'll solve that. So two numbers that multiply to give minus 3 add up to give plus 2. So minus 3 is only 1 and 3, isn't it? So add up to give 2 would be plus 3 minus 1. So therefore, x minus 1 is 0, or x plus 3 is 0. So x is 1, or x is minus 3. Okay, so those are the critical points. So what you need to do then is look at this quadratic, right? Don't worry about the cubic that we're interested in, the function itself. We're looking at the gradient here, and we're looking at where the gradient is negative. So if I draw the quadratic, okay, now we know where the critical points are. Okay, we know where the quadratic is equal to 0. It's there 1 and there minus 3. Okay, so for when then the gradient is negative, it's between these values, isn't it? Here. Okay, gradient is negative where this curve bit is less than 0. In other words, it's between 1 and minus 3, or between minus 3 and 1. So x has got to be less than 1 and greater than minus 3. Okay, so that's when the gradient is negative. So that's when the graph itself is sloping downwards like this between minus 3 and 1. So it might look something like this. Curve like that, yeah? Where the x value here, okay, is 3, or minus 3 rather, and the x value here is 1. Okay, and that's where it's decreasing there. It's increasing here and it's increasing before as well.